Welcome back to Bourbon Country Reacts.
Hey everybody, I'm Dustin.
I'm Keith.
Hey Keith.
We do bourbon and music, or music and bourbon, or something like that.
We listen to bourbon and drink music. So, that should be like our thing. We need shirts that say that.
We listen to bourbon and drink music,
Yeah,
country music.
right.
And sometimes we don't know what.
Oh God.
That last one.
That was terrible. We're sorry. Like, from the bottom of our hearts. What the hell, dude?
Might be apologizing for that one for years.
It could be. Like, I've already, like, gave the dude shit. Like,
7 Sons.
yeah, so we got a Tony bribe.
Okay.
He sent us 7 sons.
All right. Now I got a Maiden song stuck in my head. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. It's a good song.
That's why you were so intrigued.
Well, also ruined the proof game. The proof on that is really big font, and I can actually read it.
It's really big font. Yeah. So Tony sent us 7 sons. What do you want us to listen to?
Well, he asked for an OG, but all I could find is a couple of OGs.
Okay.
So he asked for Tammy Wynette Golden Ring.
Okay.
But all I could find was her and George Jones. So apparently this is a duet. I forgot to check if we've had any Tammy Wynette on the channel before, because I don't think we have.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Not a single one. So I know that's a big name in country music.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And now I'm kind of wondering,
Are we gonna get blown away
how have we gone this long
without one?
without a Tammy Wynette?
We're about to find out. Maybe she's.
Maybe she's awful. Let's find out if she's
We're
awful.
gonna find out through the lens of maybe she's awful.
All right. In a pawn shop in Chicago, on a sunny summer day, couple gazes at the wedding rings there on display.
She smiles and nods her head as he says, honey, that's for you. It's not much, but it's the best that I can do.
Golden ring, with one tiny stone, waiting there for someone to take it home. But it's just a cold metallic thing. Only love can make a golden wedding ring. In a little wedding chapel later on that afternoon, an old upright piano plays that old familiar tune.
Tears roll down her cheeks as happy thoughts run through his head.
I'm just noticing, so this, in kind of judging Tammy, this is going to be a low quality way to judge it. And the reason I say this is she started a phrase and she hit way too much power than she meant to. Did you notice her pull the mic away?
I did. I saw that.
So she's not familiar with the equipment she's using.
Really?
This is a live performance somewhere, and I'm betting she wasn't familiar with the setup, with the mic, hadn't done a rehearsal on that equipment.
That actually, that's interesting. This is a Vivo.
Yeah. So
But that's interesting that
you could probably catch it here again.
you're coloring some of the other things that were going through my head.
Okay.
So okay. I'll use that lens now.
In a little wedding chapel later on
Right there.
that
When she hit later.
an old upright piano plays
think that's
that
it.
old familiar tune.
Because she did it again.
Tears roll down her cheeks
It's like
as
it's so
happy
positive.
thoughts run through his head.
I don't think that's it. Because she did it again.
I think the second time she meant to. I think the first time it was way too hot.
Okay, let's hear her
As
out.
he whispered, Lord, with this ring, I think
Golden ring with one tiny stone. Tacoma type thing, warming up in that golden wedding ring. In a small two-room apartment, as they put the final round, he says you won't admit it, but I know you're leaving town.
She said one thing's for certain, I don't love you anymore, and throws down the reins as she walks out the door. Golden ring with one tiny song, as the sun,
Like the love that's dead and gone, but it's still,
it's just
the golden time thing, warming up in that golden wedding ring.
in a pawn shop in Chicago
On a sunny
summer day.
a couple gazes at
The
wedding rings there on
display.
golden
Their harmonies were awesome, I thought. I think she was unfamiliar with the equipment.
We definitely need to hear another one before we get too critical. But here's what I was before you said that. Here's what I was and understand. We just earlier tonight we heard.
Well, you can't
I
be
know,
comparing
I
people
know.
to Patsy freaking Cline, man. Come on.
I get it. I get it. But here, so with that lens, right? It almost seemed like she had no volume or pitch control at all.
Well, maybe. So a thing that I heard in her voice was a super bluegrass delivery style.
Okay.
And they kind of do that. Like, it's common for female singing. Haid kind of comes off like that sometimes. If you guys are, if you like bluegrass at all, you really need to check out Haid Bluegrass Orchestra. You trust me, you'll thank me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've heard a lot of bluegrass vocalists that.
I kind of see what you're saying there. I know. Yeah, I can pick. Yeah.
But her whole delivery to me sounded super bluegrass.
It just.
The music behind her wasn't, but
Right.
she was.
Right. Okay. So I can see that. It was. So maybe the combination between that and the unfamiliarity with the equipment kind of threw me off.
I could see on her face it surprised her when she hit that note and was like, whoa, shit. And pulled the mic away.
Yeah.
It could have just been a mistake.
Right. Could have been not her night.
Yeah.
We all have bad nights.
Well, even on her
That
bad
last
night,
video was bad.
her pitch control was awesome. She hit those notes.
Okay.
And
But the volume control wasn't there, right? Which would also indicate mic issue.
It might. The pitch control was outstanding. It was not a super challenging song as far as range goes, though. My first thought, like a few seconds into her performance, was like, whoa, she sounds like Dolly. And the more we got into it, I'm like, Dolly wasn't this bluegrass. And so it just had a bluegrass vocal delivery feel to me, which I kind of like. I think you're right, though. I think we need more Tammy.
Yeah, we need another one to understand what we're hearing.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the song. The subject material, the lyrics was kind of sad, but kind of effective.
Yeah.
I mean, we judged, did it make you feel something?
Gotcha.
I mean, that kind of made me feel something.
Yeah.
Not necessarily good, but I felt something. So, yeah, I mean, the song's all right. What do you think of this?
That first drink, you're like, what the heck was that? Right? But then it kind of, after you drink it a couple more times, it's like, oh, wait a minute, okay.
This is going to sound so fucking strange coming from a bourbon. I'm having a super hard time naming the initial.
Because it's super flat. It's really flat.
It is, but it's almost like root beer barrel.
I don't get that.
Take a small sip.
What about sassafras?
Also acceptable, but did you know that's how they flavored root beer in the past? With sassafras?
It's a little different, though.
No, it's not. They used sassafras to make root beer. It's literally the same thing.
It's I guess when I think root beer barrel, it's more pronounced, and sassafras was pretty. Well, no, never mind. I'll shut up.
Is that what that is, though?
A little bit. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but then it flattens.
It goes to a sweet, oaky finish after that.
Yeah.
You're right. Your first drink of this, you're like, what the shit did I just do?
Right.
What is this?
Yep.
Your second drink, it's like, well, that's not so bad. It's a little weird, but it's not bad.
Right.
And then your third drink, you're like, yeah, just go ahead and fill me up 2 fingers.
I'm good. I'm good.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's weird how some bourbons do that, right?
A little bit. And
This
they
is
change
one
like that. It's weird. And the nose is also strange.
The hell is that?
It's sassafras.
Kinda.
Kind of is.
Oh my God! You know what it? Have you ever crumpled a sassafras leaf and smelled it? That's kind of what that smells like.
Yeah. Yes.
Did they put sassafras in this? Is that one of the one of the grains they put in the beer?
Well, it does say 100% Heartland grains.
I mean, sassafras is a little tree.
Right. It's a little tree.
It's not a grain.
Right. So, interestingly, what's the proof?
It's 90.
Yeah, because it's this big on the bottle.
It's huge.
But this is made in Indiana.
It's MGP juice.
No,
No.
allegedly. Distilled at the historic Ross and Squibbs Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
I bet the Ross and whatever distillery in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, is on the MGP property.
So you're probably right. And also this is funny. Bottled in St. Louis, Missouri for Seven Sons, Indiana by Luxco.
This is a Lux product that's sourced out of freaking Lawrence. That's nuts.
There's a lot going on here. I don't understand.
So, sometimes the bourbon business is just this
Bizarre.
freaking incestuous smoke and mirrors, and
I don't get it.
I don't either. Just make whiskey and label it and put it on a shelf.
Why do they...
It's obfuscation, right? They're
Well, because you would never know that it was bottled in Missouri?
well, you never know it's distilled in
Why
Indiana.
did they drive it to Missouri to put it in a bottle?
That makes my God, it rolled to Missouri in tanker trucks,
Yeah. Yes.
not barrels, tanker trucks.
Absolutely.
Because it's MGP. Well, it's not MGP.
Well, it's Lawrenceburg. I think MGP is in
They
Lawrenceburg.
are in Lawrenceburg.
Right. But it's from the historic
We need to tour MGP.
Ross. And I don't think you can.
Really, I don't let you
They
tour.
don't let you. And they probably don't let you because
You'll find out how many people's stuff is actually distilled there.
Well, that's probably true. But also, it probably looks like...
Oh, it looks like a chemical plant. Guarantee it.
Right. Yeah.
Because it probably is.
Those high production like distilleries, they look like chemical plants because they kind of are.
Well, what's wild is when you go do their tour, like Woodford, they show you this still and these beer vats, and they're like, yeah, this is where...
Taste the beer.
Yeah. The thing is, about 8 miles down the road, you've got a facility that looks like Monsanto. Yeah. But it's got trees around it, and they don't let anybody on the property, and yeah. I mean, not that I've seen the Woodford distillery, but when you're moving at that volume, I freaking promise you they're not doing it in those 3 beer vats they show you.
Right.
It's just not happening.
The volume, it's like, it's literally impossible.
Yeah. So, I thought that was an interesting song. I'm glad I heard it. I want to hear more Tammy.
Yeah. I need another one to understand. Was that a performance issue or...
Well, even if it was a performance issue, your bar is all fucked up because you listened to Patsy tonight.
Fair.
If you had not listened to Patsy tonight, you'd have been like, man, that was pretty good. I guarantee it, yeah.
Well, give us another one and we'll find out.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so guys, if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Drop down in the comments. Tell us what country music we need to check out and what North American whiskey we need to try. And we'll see you next time.
See you.